your umbrella because you're going to need it in the second half of the day.
That's right.
Let's take you to what's going to happen this weekend, because some of the same areas where we're seeing the focus of the moisture today, courtesy of the very same low pressure system caused all of the rain in the Carolinas, Virginia, that's going to be moving offshore. But as it does, it's going to be kicking up some rough surf, the really strong winds, and quickly replaced by another low pressure system. So we're not getting rid of the kind of pattern we're in anytime soon. However, the second one's going to be a little bit farther offshore, still going to spur some showers in many of the same areas, say Boston, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New York. Here we go Friday morning, Friday evening. We're still watching showers along the Jersey Shore, New York City, Long Island, up towards Boston, where it's going to linger for the longest throughout the weekend. Starting off the weekend, hate to say it, it's not really going to be the best weather in Boston. Not only are we going to see the rain, but the wind is going to be howling. Jim touched on this briefly, but some of the areas, say Martha's Vineyard, Nantucket, right towards the Cape, we could see wind gusts approaching 35, 40 miles per hour. I think that's well within the range of possibility. And with the wind blowing, that is, and the rain falling, it is not going to feel like a great start to the weekend. It's going to be cooler though, so at least there's something out of all of that. King tides, we're in the king tide cycle right now, where it's going to bring the water levels a little bit higher than normal. We can see sunny day flooding when it comes to king tides, but here we go. We've got a system just off the coast, and what that means is all those water levels that are already higher than normal. You've got the onshore push of wind, and that's going to bring the water levels up another notch. Could we see minor flooding? Absolutely, and we already are in many places where we just got done with some of the double-digit rainfall totals. We're talking to you in the Carolinas, North Carolina, around the Wilmington area, and then you even see up towards the Outer Banks, all of those red triangles. Those are rivers and coastal gauges that are in moderate flood stage and forecast to stay that way at least for the next couple of days. It takes time for the water levels to come back down, and the king tides certainly aren't going to help. Coastal flood advisories as we go throughout the next couple of days. Wouldn't be surprised to see those continue. But Reynolds, just a sign as we head towards the weekend, it's going to stay pretty unsettled. And you're seeing that with severe weather, too. Virtual View Technology, I'm standing in the Commons Park in downtown Minneapolis, where we're going to have cloudy skies to start off the day, very warm. Above average temperatures for so many of us in the upper Midwest right now, both afternoon and the morning time. But that heat is also going to help fuel severe storms. So by tomorrow, damaging winds, large hail, isolated tornadoes are all on the table, especially for your evening commute. So let's start in the Twin Cities, where we have a Torcon of 3, lower end of the scale. Absolutely. But it means that there's not a zero threat for tornadoes. And that's really going to pick up in the second half of Thursday. Some showers today, mostly staying north into the west of Minneapolis. We start off tomorrow morning. We're going to see some showers, but this is not the main event as far as the severe weather is concerned. We're going to see a break. And then by the afternoon, by the evening time, we'll see this fire up. Now, this is just one model's interpretation. So this is showing this just east of the Twin Cities. But could we see this form west of the Twin Cities? Absolutely on the table. So you have to be prepared for all modes of severe weather moving through, hail, damaging wind, and tornadoes. Let's jump to International Falls and Duluth, where you're starting off warm this morning. We'll see some showers as we go throughout the day. Again, nothing of big concern. Even tomorrow morning, your commute is going to be soggy. But the main deal as far as the severe weather goes and the best energy to provide us with some of the strongest storms, that's Thursday evening. Check out Duluth, 6 p.m. You start to see those white areas on high-res future radar. That's indicating, yeah, we could see some stronger updrafts. And with that, some larger hail. Embedded in that line, the potential for tornadoes. A lot to keep track of as you end off your Thursday. Des Moines, we're also going to see some showers as we start off Thursday. Again, once this is not going to be the main event for severe weather. So if you see the rain on Thursday morning, passes through, just know that you have another round coming for the afternoon, the evening, as opposed to some of the other timing we've talked about. This is later, so we're bringing this in closer to the sunset time frame on Thursday, even continuing through the overnight hours as we move into Friday and start off the weekend. Jim, as we start off the weekend, a lot of people are keeping an eye on the tropics, and I've already gotten some questions. They're seeing these models on social media, GFS kind of blowing up the system in the tropics. Tell us a little, helping out, doing your part. The atmosphere is doing their part in Billings, where we desperately need the rain, and we're seeing it this morning. However, we've been so dry, and now we're bringing a lot of rain in at once, and not to mention a lot of wind. We do have some problems this morning, and that includes some flooding. There are some flood alerts out there. The rain starts to move out by later today, later this evening. We start to see a lot of this move to the east, but even after the rain moves out, the wind is going to take a while to calm down. So it's going to stay pretty gusty through this area all the way through Thursday. Let's take you to Minneapolis, where quiet today, maybe some showers. It's not going to be a big event today. Tomorrow's the big event with the severe weather potential, and that's going to happen later in the afternoon. Waking up in the morning, you're going to have some showers. This is not the main event as far as the severe weather is concerned. We have to wait pretty much throughout the better part of tomorrow. Some of that daytime heating fueling our chance for severe weather. And there we go, 6 p.m. Could we have some embedded tornadoes, some larger hail, straight line damaging winds? That's all what's on the table for tomorrow in the Twin Cities. And keep in mind, that's just one model's interpretation. So we could see that line form farther to the west. There's the tornado condition index, the Torcon for Minneapolis and the Twin Cities area, Torcon of 3. So yeah, we're on the lower end of the scale, but it doesn't mean that there's not a threat at all. It just means we're on the lower end of the scale. We get to International Falls and Duluth, a couple of warm mornings coming up, maybe even record warm morning starts by the time we get to tomorrow. Some showers today, some showers tomorrow morning for your morning commute. I-35 could be a bit of a mess as we head into Duluth tomorrow, but get to tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, that's when the real chance for severe weather starts to fire up. And there we go, Duluth tomorrow afternoon. It's going to look a lot different than what it looks like this